Do you want to know how to calculate your safe period to avoid pregnancy? Or have basically been searching on how to calculate your monthly fertile window? Or maybe you just want to understand your menstrual cycle or ovulation? Then go no further because this video is for you. Coming up. Your fertile window is a time in your menstrual cycle where you are most likely to get pregnant. For most people, it is 5 days before ovulation, the day of ovulation, and a day or two after ovulation. And the importance of knowing how to calculate this is so that you can target or time the optimal period where you can have sex so you can avoid pregnancy or even conceive if you are planning to do so. Now, if you want to understand all these concepts or what I'm saying doesn't make sense to you, then don't worry because all of these concepts will be made easier in a moment. Now, let's move on to our drawing table. So, if you are trying to get pregnant and want to track your ovulation, you need to first of all understand your menstrual cycle. Your menstrual cycle is your body's way of preparing you for pregnancy. It begins on the first day of your period and starts over when your next period begins. A typical menstrual cycle is normally 28 days, but your cycle could range between 21 and 35 days. So if your cycle doesn't fall between this range, it means that it is abnormal. For example, if it is less than 21, then there's something wrong with you. Or if it's greater than 35 days or it occurs 35 days after, something might be wrong and you may have to visit your own doctor. Now, let's take this calendar and explain it for them. Let's assume you saw your period on, let's say, on the 2nd of November 2022. On this day, let's cycle it. Okay, let's cycle it. And let's just assume that the next time you saw your period was the 30th of November 2022. So the next time you saw your period was this month. So since it's this time, let's now calculate your menstrual cycle. If we calculate it, we'll start counting from this very day, the day when you first saw your menstrual cycle, to the day before you saw your menstrual cycle. Let's do it. You see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. So you saw your next menstrual cycle on the 30th of November. So we are not including 30th of November. We are only counting to the day before you saw your next period. Then we cycle this place. So it means that your menstrual cycle, according to this chart, was 28 days. Which means that you saw your cycle on the 2nd of November. And then on the next time you saw your cycle was 30th, but we'll not include it. We'll just minus one from it, which means that your total cycle was 28 days. Now, ovulation normally begins about 12 to 14 days before the start of your next menstrual cycle. So if you want to calculate when next you'll be ovulating, you will minus 28 minus 14. Now, 28 minus 14 is equal to 14. So what you do here is that you start counting. Let's say this was the day when you saw your period. So we calculate 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So what it basically means is that you may possibly ovulate on the 15th of November, but it is not very certain. So what we do is that we say that you ovulate 2 days before 15 or 2 days after 15, which is 14 plus or minus 2. So you might ovulate either on 15, 16, 17, and also 13 and 12. So herein we can say that your ovulation days is between 13 and 17 November. What it means that you are most likely to get pregnant between this period. But before we make any conclusions, I want you to understand something, that when a male has sex with a lady, there's a tendency for the sperm to remain viable where it was deposited in the vagina for about 5 days. So what we'll do here is that we now add plus 5 days to this 14. So we add plus 5 days to this 13, which means we say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, from 8th of November, all right, to the 17th of November is known as your fertile period. Don't forget what we said fertile period was. Your fertile period is a time in your menstrual cycle when you are most likely to get pregnant. So you are most likely to get pregnant from the 8th of November to the 17th of November. However, if you have sex anytime apart from these days, you are not going to get pregnant. So guys, this is just a short video describing how the menstrual cycle works and how to calculate your fertile window and how to know when you are supposed to have sex so you don't get pregnant. If you like this video, please don't forget to subscribe, also like the video, and also comment on it. Thank you very much. We'll meet next time, and may God bless you. Goodbye.